Stop scrolling right now, because what you're about to hear has fans frozen in disbelief. Just when the YNW Melly case seemed quiet, a new rumor exploded overnight, and it's already being called the most dangerous twist yet. Sources close to the situation claim that next month could change everything, with whispers of witness tampering quietly circulating behind the scenes. If those whispers turn into charges, the consequences could be permanent, and people are already saying the words nobody wants to hear: life in prison. Fans are shocked. Emotions ran high across social media, and timelines filled with panic, anger, and confusion within hours. Some supporters believe this is another attempt to bury Melly for good, while critics argue this might be the final nail in the coffin. Alleged jailhouse conversations, supposed secret messages, and unnamed middlemen have fueled non-stop debate. One fan wrote, "This doesn't feel real anymore," while another warned, "If this is true, it's over." Meanwhile, the family was left divided, friends stayed silent, and the streets started choosing sides. Is this all smoke with no fire, or are prosecutors preparing a move that could shock the world? Stay locked in as the story begins unraveling now. The air around the case felt different that morning, heavy, like everyone could sense something coming before it hit the headlines. In the early hours, blogs started whispering, group chats lit up, and by sunrise fans were already arguing in comment sections, convinced another storm was forming around YNW Melly. According to people claiming inside knowledge, prosecutors were quietly circling a new angle, one that had nothing to do with ballistics or timelines, but everything to do with loyalty, fear, and silence. Allegedly, conversations were being replayed, names were being revisited, and old statements suddenly looked suspicious under a harsher light. Fans are shocked because this wasn't just about the past anymore, it was about what might be happening right now. One source claimed investigators were focused on a key witness whose story had shifted slightly over time. At first, supporters brushed it off as nerves, but critics said those changes felt calculated. Online, one popular fan page posted, "Why does this feel like someone tried to clean things up?" That single sentence sparked thousands of replies within minutes. Emotions ran high as people debated whether fear could make anyone stumble or if pressure from unseen hands was at play. Meanwhile, Melly's name trended again, pulling in casual viewers who thought the saga was already over. Behind the scenes, rumors painted a tense picture. Allegedly, family members were arguing late into the night, phones pressed to ears, voices lowered, afraid of who might be listening. One supposed insider claimed a heated exchange broke out when someone suggested a witness was being leaned on to stick to a safer version of events. "You're making it worse," a voice allegedly shouted, followed by silence. Whether true or exaggerated, the story spread fast, and suddenly fans were dissecting every past interview like detectives. Friends of Melly, at least those still speaking publicly, tried to stay calm. One associate posted a vague message saying, "People talk when they're scared. That doesn't mean it's a setup." Critics immediately clapped back, accusing the camp of damage control. The family was left divided in public, with some relatives posting prayers while others shared cryptic quotes about betrayal and truth. That contrast only fueled speculation that something was unraveling internally. As the pressure built, attention shifted to the witness at the center of the rumors. According to online chatter, this person had recently requested additional protection, a move supporters said proved fear, while skeptics said it proved guilt. Fans are shocked by how fast sympathy turned into suspicion. Comment sections filled with lines like, "Why now?" and "Who told them to change up?" Every detail, from body language in old footage to pauses in speech, was suddenly analyzed frame by frame. Adding more fuel, a leaked audio clip began circulating, its origin unclear, its voices muffled. In the clip, someone who sounded nervous allegedly said, "They told me to remember what we talked about." Within hours, lawyers and bloggers were arguing over its authenticity. Some swore it was fake, others said it matched patterns seen in past cases. Emotions ran high again as fans argued whether sharing it was exposing truth or endangering lives. Prosecutors, at least officially, said nothing. That silence spoke loudly. people began assuming the quiet meant preparation. A former legal analyst on social media claimed, "When they go quiet like this, it's because they're stacking cards." Supporters fired back, calling it fearmongering. Still, the idea that witness tampering could even be mentioned changed the tone completely. This wasn't just about proving innocence or guilt anymore, it was about control. Inside the fanbase, fractures became obvious. Some loyal supporters doubled down, insisting Melly was being targeted because of his fame. Others admitted they were scared, saying if even a hint of tampering stuck, the consequences could be devastating. "This could be life," one comment read, gaining thousands of likes. The weight of those words lingered, making the situation feel less like entertainment and more like a ticking clock. Meanwhile, alleged conversations from jailhouse visits started popping up in rumors. According to one blog, a visitor left shaken after being asked to check on someone outside. No names were mentioned, but fans filled in the blanks themselves. The story shifted from evidence to influence, from facts to favors. The drama deepened as every denial seemed to raise more questions. By the end of the day, one thing was clear: the narrative had changed. Fans weren't just watching a trial anymore, they were watching relationships strain, trust crack, and silence become suspicious. Whether these rumors were smoke or fire didn't matter in that moment. The damage was already happening in real time, and everyone knew this was only the beginning of a much darker chapter. As night fell, live streams popped up everywhere, each host claiming a different version of the truth. One insisted the witness was being manipulated, another swore prosecutors were exaggerating to scare the defense. Fans jumped from stream to stream, trying to piece together a story that kept shifting. Emotions ran high as donation alerts rang out and chat boxes moved too fast to read. "This feels like a setup," one viewer typed, while another replied, "Nah, somebody talked." The divide was growing louder by the hour. In private messages that later leaked, alleged friends argued about loyalty. One message read, "If you fold, we all fall," followed by a response saying, "I'm not going down for anyone." Those lines alone sent chills through the fanbase. The idea that fear was outweighing brotherhood became a major talking point. Fans are shocked because the image of unity that once defined the crew now looked fragile, almost performative. Legal experts chimed in, reminding everyone that witness tampering didn't require threats, just influence. That detail terrified supporters. Simple conversations, misunderstood favors, or emotional pleas could suddenly be framed as something darker. The family was left divided again as some urged silence, while others wanted to speak out to control the narrative. Every move felt risky, every word potentially dangerous. As midnight approached, a trending hashtag questioned who could really be trusted. Old tweets resurfaced, screenshots were reposted, and forgotten interviews were dragged back into the spotlight. The past refused to stay buried. For many fans, sleep was impossible. The sense that something irreversible was approaching hung in the air, thick and uncomfortable. By dawn, exhaustion mixed with anticipation. Rumors promised filings next month, hearings that could change everything. Whether true or not, the psychological impact was undeniable. The story had crossed a line from courtroom drama into something deeply personal. Trust was cracking, alliances were shifting, and the possibility of life behind bars loomed larger than ever. Whatever came next, fans knew the calm would not last. In the silence before morning fully arrived, one feeling dominated every conversation: uncertainty. No official statements, no confirmations, just speculation echoing louder with each retelling. Supporters prayed it was all noise, critics waited for proof, and everyone else watched closely. The case no longer belonged to the courtroom alone. It lived online, in whispers, reactions, and fear, setting the stage for whatever shocking revelation might come next. Nobody knew who would speak, who would stay silent, or who would break. By the time the second wave of rumors hit, the mood around the case had completely shifted from curiosity to fear. What once felt like distant courtroom drama now felt personal, like everyone involved was standing too close to a fire that was growing out of control. Fans are shocked at how fast the narrative changed, especially after several so-called insiders began claiming that investigators were no longer just reviewing old material, but actively tracking new movements, new calls, and new connections. The idea that the past was bleeding into the present made emotions run high across every platform. According to one widely shared claim, prosecutors had zeroed in on patterns rather than single incidents. The theory was simple but terrifying. Repeated contact, subtle pressure, and emotional influence could paint a picture stronger than any single piece of evidence. Supporters pushed back immediately, arguing that friendship and concern were being twisted into something criminal. Critics, however, said that was exactly how these cases usually unfolded. The back and forth grew louder, and the fanbase felt more divided than ever. Alleged screenshots began circulating next. No one could confirm their authenticity, but that didn't stop them from spreading. In one exchange, a name was blurred out, but the message read, "Just stick to what you said before, that's all." To supporters, it sounded harmless. To skeptics, it sounded like coaching. Emotions ran high as people argued over interpretation, with one commenter saying, "That's not advice, that's pressure," while another replied, "Y'all reaching because you want a headline." Behind the scenes, rumors suggested the stress was hitting Melly's inner circle hard. Friends who once posted confidently were now silent, deleting old photos and scrubbing captions. One longtime associate unfollowed several accounts overnight, a move fans immediately labeled suspicious. The family was left divided publicly, with one relative posting a message about faith and endurance, while another shared a quote about truth being unavoidable. Those mixed signals only deepened the sense that something was unraveling. Late that night, a popular live stream host claimed to have spoken with someone close to the witness at the center of the storm. According to the host, the witness was scared, confused, and feeling trapped between loyalty and self-preservation. "They feel like no matter what they do, someone is coming for them," the host said. Fans are shocked by how quickly sympathy shifted again, with many saying fear alone doesn't equal wrongdoing, while others insisted fear usually means there's more to hide. Adding another twist, a former friend of the crew resurfaced online after months of silence. In a short video, they said, "I tried to warn people about mixing emotions with legal situations." They never said Melly's name, but everyone knew who they were talking about. Emotions ran high as fans accused the speaker of clout chasing, while others said they sounded genuinely worried. The comment section turned into a battlefield within minutes. Legal analysts jumped into the conversation, explaining that witness tampering cases often rely heavily on circumstantial evidence. That explanation sent chills through the fanbase. No dramatic threats were needed, just a pattern of influence that could be interpreted the wrong way. Supporters began urging everyone connected to the case to stay quiet. "Silence is survival right now." One viral post read. Critics mocked that idea, saying silence only makes things look worse. As pressure mounted, attention turned back to Melly himself. Rumors claimed he was frustrated, angry, and feeling betrayed by people he once trusted. One unverified report alleged he told someone, "Everybody talks when it gets real." Fans are shocked by how raw that sounded, even if it wasn't confirmed. The idea that trust was breaking down behind the scenes made the situation feel even more unstable. Meanwhile, prosecutors remained quiet, which many took as confirmation that something was coming. The silence felt intentional, almost strategic. Every hour without a statement added fuel to speculation. Blogs began predicting timelines, claiming filings could drop sooner than expected. Others warned that dragging this out mentally was wearing everyone down before making a move. The witness at the center of it all reportedly stopped engaging altogether. No posts, no likes, no appearances. That disappearance became its own headline. Fans are shocked at how absence can speak louder than words. Some said it proved intimidation, others said it showed guilt. The truth felt impossible to pin down, and that uncertainty became the most powerful element of the story. By the end of the week, the tone across social media had changed again. Jokes disappeared, replaced by serious discussions about consequences and outcomes. The phrase "life in prison" started appearing more often, heavier each time it was typed. Supporters admitted they were scared. Critics said accountability was finally approaching, and neutral observers watched closely, sensing history in the making. As one viral tweet summed it up, "This isn't about music anymore, it's about choices." That line stuck with fans because it captured the shift perfectly. The case had moved beyond beats and bars into something far more permanent. Relationships were strained, trust was fractured, and every move felt like it could tip the scales. Whatever happened next, it was clear that nobody involved would walk away unchanged, and the storm was far from over. Tension reached a breaking point when new allegations started bouncing between blogs like a pinball, each version louder than the last. This time, the rumors weren't just about conversations or screenshots, they were about pressure. Allegedly, investigators believed someone close to the situation was trying to control the narrative before it reached a courtroom. Fans are shocked because this wasn't framed as panic anymore, it was framed as strategy. Emotions ran high as people debated whether survival instincts were being misread as manipulation. According to one explosive claim, a private meeting had taken place weeks earlier, involving people who were never supposed to cross paths again. The details were fuzzy, but the implication was clear. Someone allegedly tried to reassure a witness, reminding them of how things really went. Supporters argued that reassurance wasn't illegal, while critics insisted it sounded like influence. The internet did what it always does, filling in gaps with assumptions that felt real enough to hurt. Family drama suddenly took center stage. One relative reportedly confronted another over leaked information, accusing them of talking too much to the wrong people. A heated argument allegedly broke out, with voices raised and old resentments spilling over. "You're going to ruin everything," one person supposedly said, while the other fired back. "The truth is already out there." Fans are shocked by how quickly loyalty turned into blame, and the family was left divided more visibly than ever. Meanwhile, supporters tried to organize, pushing a message of unity and restraint. Several fan pages urged people to stop spreading unverified information, warning that rumors could have real consequences. Critics mocked the effort, calling it coordinated damage control. Emotions ran high as both sides accused each other of manipulation, proving just how deep the mistrust had grown. Then came the twist nobody expected. A former associate, someone who had always stayed in the background, suddenly appeared on a late-night live stream. Their face was tense, their voice shaky. They didn't accuse anyone directly, but they dropped a line that sent shockwaves through the chat. "Sometimes silence is requested, not chosen," they said. Fans are shocked because that single sentence implied pressure without proof, and speculation exploded instantly. The live stream clip went viral within hours. Comment sections filled with people dissecting tone, pauses, and facial expressions. Some believed the speaker was warning the public, others said they were stirring chaos for attention. Emotions ran high again as viewers argued whether this was courage or clout chasing. The uncertainty made everything feel heavier, darker. Legal experts weighed in once more, explaining how even indirect messages could become part of a larger narrative. That explanation terrified supporters. The idea that intention didn't matter as much as perception made the situation feel impossible to control. One analyst said, "In cases like this, the story tells itself." Fans are shocked by how little room there seemed to be for error. Inside the inner circle, paranoia reportedly set in. Phones were allegedly being turned off, conversations kept brief, and trust was in short supply. One rumor claimed a longtime friend refused to visit anymore, afraid of being dragged into something bigger. That decision was seen by fans as betrayal, even if it was rooted in fear. Emotions ran high as people questioned who was really loyal and who was protecting themselves. The witness at the center of everything remained silent, and that silence grew louder by the day. Some supporters claimed it was proof of intimidation, while critics argued it was strategic avoidance. Fans are shocked by how absence can create so many interpretations. Each day, without a statement, felt like another crack in an already fragile situation. As speculation peaked, an alleged letter surfaced online, supposedly written but never sent. Its authenticity was impossible to verify, but the words were haunting. I don't know who to trust anymore, it read. Every choice feels wrong. Whether real or fake, the message resonated deeply. Emotions ran high as fans imagined the fear behind those words. Prosecutors still said nothing, and that silence continued to dominate the narrative. The lack of denial made people assume confirmation. Blogs began counting down days, predicting when the next move would drop. Supporters begged for calm, critics demanded accountability, and neutral observers watched with growing unease. By this point, the case had become more than legal drama. It was psychological warfare. Every rumor tested loyalty. Every silence fueled suspicion. Fans are shocked by how quickly the story spiraled beyond control. Relationships were strained, trust was eroding, and the possibility of irreversible consequences loomed closer than ever. As night fell again, one truth became unavoidable. No matter what was real and what was exaggerated, the damage was already done. Fear had settled in, choices were being questioned, and the path forward looked narrower by the hour. Whatever came next wouldn't just decide a case, it would define lives forever. By the time the final wave of rumors crashed, the atmosphere around the case felt suffocating. What started as whispers had transformed into a full-blown storm, and everyone connected seemed trapped inside it. Fans are shocked at how fast certainty replaced doubt on both sides. Supporters spoke like they already knew the ending, while critics acted as if the verdict was written in stone. Emotions ran high because next month was no longer an abstract idea, it felt close enough to touch. The loudest speculation centered on what prosecutors might reveal. According to circulating claims, authorities were preparing to connect that many believed were harmless on their own. Phone calls, visits, messages passed through third parties. Individually, they meant nothing. Together, critics argued, they painted a picture of influence. Supporters pushed back hard, saying this was a desperate reach meant to corner Melly into an impossible position. The clash between those narratives dominated every timeline. Behind the scenes, alleged tension within the family reached a breaking point. One story claimed a late-night argument ended with someone storming out, accusing another of not knowing when to stop talking. Another rumor suggested a relative wanted to cooperate fully to avoid being pulled deeper into the case. Fans are shocked by how openly divided the family appeared, with love and self-preservation pulling in opposite directions. The family was left divided, and that division played out in subtle online posts that said everything without saying names. Meanwhile, supporters tried to regain control of the narrative. Hashtags calling for fairness trended briefly, urging people to wait for facts instead of feeding rumors. The critics immediately countered with their own tags demanding accountability. Emotions ran high as both sides accused each other of manipulation, proving the case had become a cultural battleground rather than just a legal one. Then came another unexpected twist. A well-known industry figure hinted in an interview that pressure makes people do strange things, adding that they'd seen careers destroyed by one bad decision made in panic. They refused to elaborate, but fans are shocked by how heavy that sounded. Was it a warning, a prediction, or inside knowledge disguised as wisdom? The ambiguity drove speculation to new levels. As the countdown continued, attention shifted back to Melly's mental state. Unverified reports claimed he felt surrounded by betrayal, questioning who still had his best interests at heart. One alleged quote spread rapidly. Everybody got limits. Whether real or fake, it resonated. Emotions ran high because it captured the fear that loyalty might collapse when consequences become real. The witness at the center of everything remained completely silent. No leaks, no appearances, nothing. That silence became the most powerful symbol of the entire saga. Supporters said it showed fear and pressure. Critics said it showed calculation. Fans are shocked by how the same action could be interpreted in opposite ways, depending on which side you stood on. Legal commentators began openly discussing worst-case scenarios. They reminded audiences that witness tampering charges often carry severe consequences, especially when tied to already serious cases. The phrase "life in prison" stopped feeling like clickbait and started sounding real. Emotions ran high, as even loyal supporters admitted the risk was terrifying. Some said they were preparing themselves for outcomes they never wanted to imagine. Late one night, a final rumor ignited panic. According to a blog post that quickly went viral, prosecutors were confident, not cautious. The post claimed they believed they had cooperation, documentation, and timing on their side. No proof was provided, but the confidence alone shook people. Fans are shocked by how belief can spread faster than facts, and that belief shifted the mood instantly. As dawn approached, exhaustion settled in. Comment sections grew quieter, replaced by long, serious posts instead of jokes. The case had aged everyone watching it. What once felt like distant drama now felt like a lesson unfolding in real time about choices, pressure, and consequences. The family was left divided, fans were emotionally drained, and the future felt uncertain. In the final hours before the next expected update, one reality became clear. No matter what was exaggerated, twisted, or completely false, the situation had already changed lives. Trust was broken, alliances were fragile, and fear had become constant. Fans are shocked not just by the allegations, but by how human everyone involved suddenly seemed under pressure. As the story paused on this cliff, one question echoed louder than all others. When the silence finally breaks next month, will it bring clarity, or will it unleash an ending nobody is ready to face? The answer feels close, heavy, and unavoidable, hanging over everyone like a shadow that refuses to move. Now that you've heard everything unfold, the biggest question is still hanging in the air, and it's one nobody can answer just yet. Is this the moment where rumors turn into reality, or will everything collapse under the weight of exaggeration and fear? Fans are shocked. Emotions ran high throughout this entire story, and the family was left divided as pressure keeps building from every direction. What happens next month could change lives forever, and the silence right now feels louder than any headline. This is where you come in. If you've been following this case from the beginning, you already know nothing is ever simple when fame, loyalty, and the justice system collide. Do you think these allegations are part of a bigger strategy, or is this truly the breaking point? Are people being misunderstood under pressure, or did someone make a move that crossed a dangerous line? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because your opinion matters more than ever right now. If you want to stay updated as this story develops, make sure you hit that like button to let us know you're locked in. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single update, especially with next month shaping up to be critical. Turn on notifications, because when new information drops, you're going to want to hear it immediately. Share this video with anyone who's been debating this case nonstop, because this conversation is far from over. The streets are talking, the internet is divided, and the truth is still loading. Until the next update, stay alert, stay questioning, and remember, in stories like this, one moment can change everything.